Hey 3-1 fam. Today we're going to talk about two very important exercises. The first one being the push-up and the second being the hip hinge. Let's get started. To do a push-up, it's important to start on the floor. I'm going to be on my knees first. Come down. It's important to stack the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulders all over each other. And keep your hands shoulder width apart. Once you find that position, go ahead and extend your legs out. It's important when you're coming down to keep those elbows tucked in towards the body, and then push yourself back up. If you can't do a push-up yet, don't worry, I got 3 different variations. For our first push-up variation, we will be doing a standing chest press. Grab a resistance band, a towel, or a t-shirt, something you can use to create tension. Using my resistance band, I'm going to open my hands up to shoulder width. Then I'm going to tuck my elbows towards my chest. Once in this position, I'm going to press forward, mimicking the push-up. It's important to keep those elbows tucked in towards the body and push forward. Second push-up variation, we're going to be doing elevated push-ups. I will be using the squats. Feel free to use a table or a bench. Just make sure it's sturdy and it's not going to move when you push away. To get into elevated push-up position, it's important that we keep our hands shoulder width apart. Ensure that the wrist, elbow, and shoulder are stacked over each other. Once finding that position, we can go ahead and extend our legs out. When coming into the downward position, it's important to keep these elbows tucked. And then we're going to push up. Having the surface lower to the ground makes the move more difficult. Start off with the table. If that becomes too easy, progress into something that is lower to the ground. For our last push-up variation, we will be doing an assisted push-up. This one will require us to come back down to the floor. We're going to make sure that we stack our joints the way we've been doing, ensuring that the wrist, elbow, and shoulder are all in line. From this position, what we're going to do is walk ourselves forward until we fully extend the hips, creating a flat surface on the back. We're going to cross our feet and make sure our toes stay touching the ground. From here, we're going to come down into our push-up position, keeping those elbows nice and tucked. And we're going to come back up. If you find yourself having trouble with the push-up, it's important to be aware of where your elbows are. If you find yourself flaring your elbows out in that position or going too wide and creating a T, you might want to start with one of the 3 variations I just demonstrated. Try the first push-up, see where you can get. If you can't push yourself off the floor, I would start with the standing chest press. For our second exercise, we're going to be doing the hip hinge. For starters, we're going to bring our feet to a hip width position. We're going to create a slight bend in the knees. From here, we're going to drop the chest down forward and push our hips back simultaneously. We want to reach a tabletop position, nice and parallel with the ground. If you have trouble keeping your back straight, grab a stick, hold it nice and tight, and drop back down to that same position. It's important not to force that position. Drop down as low as you can get. You know you've gotten there when you start to feel tension in the back of the leg. The tension should be uncomfortable but not painful. Once you get there, come back to starting position. That'll be 1 repetition.